The people of Joshimath are reeling under nature's wrath. Their sinking houses have forced them into temporary settlements at temperatures close to 0 degrees Celsius. It's the perfect storm in peak winter season. Over the weekend, the sinking sped up. Virtually all houses in the town have now reported cracks. The National Disaster Management Authority has sent a team to study the situation. They are expected to hold a meeting with Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami. The Prime Minister's office also went into a huddle. The PMO has reportedly offered all financial and technical help to the Uttarakhand government. Even the Home Ministry is sending a team to Joshimath tomorrow. But the problem is, it's too late. The Congress party says that Joshimath sinking must be declared a national disaster. They have called the compensation of 5,000 rupees a cruel joke on the residents of the hill city. Listen in.
हम यह भी चाहते हैं कि जो 5,000 रुपए आप मुआवजा दे रहे हैं वो बिल्कुल एक घिनौना मजाक कर रहे हैं आप वहां के लोगों के साथ। इट्स अ क्रूअल जोक ऑन द पीपल ऑफ जोशीमठ।
Now, the biggest priority right now, of course, are the people of Joshimath who are seeing their homes develop these cracks on your screens. More than 70 families have already been shifted out of their homes, but another 90 are awaiting evacuation. Until then, these people have to sleep outside in this bone-chilling cold. What's worse, the weather forecast for the coming days is very scary. The Met Department is predicting rain and snow in the upper reaches of Uttarakhand. So time is of essence here. The evacuation and rehabilitation process must conclude as swiftly as possible. Locals, of course, continue to put pressure on the government. They say the government was warned well in advance but refused to act on time. But now the houses are literally cracking and sinking. They are rushing to do damage control. All 9 wards in Joshimath have been declared as land-subsidence zones, meaning it's unsafe for human beings to live there now. The matter even reached the Supreme Court, with petitioners seeking urgent intervention. The Chief Justice refused to hear the case today and listed it for tomorrow. Locals are also blaming heavy construction activities for the cracks, especially the hydel power project built by the state-run NTPC. Their work was stopped last week after protests by local residents. The company is building a 12-kilometer-long tunnel which will deliver river water to their turbines, and that involves using a tunnel boring machine. Many experts believe this boring process could have sped up Joshimath's sinking, but the company has denied this claim. They say the tunnel is nowhere near the town and their boring does not involve blasting rocks. My colleague Abhishek, in fact, was at the NTPC tunnel today getting us this report.
आज ग्राउंड रिपोर्ट से आपको दिखाएंगे आखिर कारण क्या है। आरोप बहुत लग रहे हैं, लेकिन कारण इसका ढूंढने के लिए वैज्ञानिक भी लगे हुए हैं कि आखिर यही कारण है। लेकिन कल स्पष्टीकरण जो एनटीपीसी के द्वारा दिया गया, उसने सीधे रूप से कहा कि टनल का कोई भी इस जोशीमठ की त्रासदी से या आपदा से कोई भी लेना देना नहीं है। उनका सीधे रूप से कहना था कि जो बोरिंग मशीन के द्वारा हम टनल की खुदाई कर रहे हैं और 8 किलोमीटर लंबी टनल खोद भी चुके हैं और बाकी 3 से 4 किलोमीटर जो बची है उसका खोदना बाकी है। अब देखने वाली ये बात होगी कि इस टनल का काम कब तक सरकार रोकती है या फिर इसे जारी रखती है, या जांच रिपोर्टों में इसका क्या सच निकल कर आता है।
Today, the Disaster Management Authority was asked about the possible correlation between the tunnel project and the sinking. They say it's all conjecture and that there is absolutely no evidence to confirm this. The NDMA says there is no available evidence on the reasons behind the Joshimath disaster. It says there was no proper geotechnical investigation carried out in the area before construction activities started there.
अभी जो स्थिति बन रही है, लोग उसमें विरोध भी कर रहे हैं कुछ। तो पहले तो ये था कि पहले मनाया जा रहा था कि नहीं आपको जाना पड़ेगा, कल को कुछ दिक्कत हो सकती है। तो अब स्पष्ट निर्देश दिए गए हैं कि सबको हटाया जाना। जो भी है, कुल मिलाकर कंक्लूजन ये है, मिट्टी लूज है, मिट्टी बहुत लूज है, उसकी बियरिंग कैपेसिटी कम है, कोई इन्वेस्टिगेशन नहीं हुआ है। तो ये एक हर रिपोर्ट में कमी है कि बिना इन्वेस्टिगेशन के कुछ फिजिकल ऑब्जर्वेशन पे रिपोर्ट बनाई गई है, थोड़ी बहुत कुछ इन्वेस्टिगेशन हुए हैं, लेकिन मेजर इन्वेस्टिगेशन जो होना चाहिए था, जियो टेक्निकल, जियो फिजिकल, हाइड्रोलॉजिकल, वो नहीं हुई है, वो हमें करवा रहे हैं। कोई एविडेंस, कोई साक्ष्य नहीं उपलब्ध है, कोई रिपोर्ट उपलब्ध नहीं है, क्योंकि जब मैं देखता हूँ एनटीपीसी का टनल, मैं रिफ्यूट भी नहीं कर सकता कि उसके कारण नहीं है, लेकिन है उसके कारण, इसके भी कोई साक्ष्य नहीं है।
Essentially, we are clueless, are we? Now, our reporters have been tracking all angles of this story, from the protest to the politics to the environmental damages. In fact, my colleague Mohit has been camping in Joshimath for the last couple of days. He has been speaking to residents and local authorities. He's sending us this report.
Residents of Joshimath are leaving their houses which are there in the danger zone, and you can see that how the SDRF is helping all these people to pack their belongings, and the team of SDRF and the administration is over here at the ground, and the houses which are marked with red as the danger zone, people are leaving those houses. Everything is being recorded over here. The officials are here, and hence we see that how exactly the officials are ensuring that nobody lives in the danger zone. We have the officials of SDRF. Sir, जितने भी घर हैं यहाँ पे, जिन जिन पे लाल निशान है, आप लोग हम देख रहे हैं, खुद मदद करें लोगों की निकालने में। कितने मकान अभी तक आपने खाली करा दिए हैं डेंजर जोन वाले?
अभी तो सर इस जो सिंगधार में हमने कम से कम 30-40 मकान खाली कर दिए हैं जी, और उन्हें ऊपर सुरक्षित स्थानों में वो कर दिया है।
तो जैसे यहाँ से लोग जा रहे हैं, सामान जितना ले जा सकते उतना ले जाने दे रहे हैं आप अभी?
जो जरूरी सामान है और वो ले जा रहे हैं सर ऊपर, और बाकी यही शिफ्ट कर रहे हैं।
So there you heard the official from the SDRF, and they are ensuring that nobody lives in the danger zone, and they're talking to the residents over here that it has become very difficult to live in these houses because any moment they can collapse. They're on verge of collapse. A huge cracks have developed over here.
आप अंधाधुंध प्लास्टिक कर रहे हो, अंधाधुंध आप मशीनों को लेकर के आ गए हो, आपको परवाह ही नहीं है कि पहाड़ का क्या होगा। ये वाला विकास हमको नहीं चाहिए। हमको रातों रात जादू की छड़ी से विकास नहीं चाहिए। हमको करीने से धीरे धीरे करते हुए कुछ कर दीजिए। अच्छा,
हमने घर खाली कर दिया है और होटल में हमको दे दिया है, ना वहाँ पे खाने की व्यवस्था है। भविष्य तो बच्चों का, मेरी बेटी के 10th के बोर्ड के एग्जाम चल रहे हैं, अभी प्री बोर्ड चल रहा है उसका। अभी हम वैसे लेकर आए, ऐसे कपड़े में जिसमें सोई हुई थी उसी में उसको स्कूल भेज।
खाने के लिए
कोई व्यवस्था नहीं है सर।
आपके घर में भी दरार है जी? अच्छा, एक बार अगर हम आपके साथ आए और अंदर दिखाएं, we need to see these visuals, and almost this particular house is tilting towards one side. You can see how the plaster has completely come off. If you'll see over here, I don't know whether in camera you can see or not, but it's tilting towards one side, and we'll go inside and show you these visuals because we want to get a sense that how exactly people are living over here in pain. Look at this particular area. The pillar has completely fallen off from here. A huge gap has been created. You can see that our pillar has come off. ये कब निकला था भैया पिलर? ये
सर ये पिलर निकला है 3 दिन पहले सर।
हाँ, और ये गड्ढा कैसे हुआ है?
गड्ढा सर पिलर गिरने से जमी दोष हो रही है, वो पत्थर खिसक गए सर, स्लाइड नीचे की पूरी खिसक चुकी है सर।
ये वाला मकान तो खतरे के उसमें डाल दिया है
जी सर। पूरा
रहना तो बहुत खतरनाक है।
सर।
हम भी यहाँ खड़े, हमें भी लग रहा है कि कभी ये किसी तरह से नीचे जा सकती है जमीन।
सर व्यवस्था नहीं है सर, फिर भी रहने के लिए मजबूरी है। किस तरीके से रात कहाँ बिता रहे हैं?
तो कहाँ रह रहे हैं अभी?
अभी सर थोड़ी व्यवस्था बनाई है।
थोड़ा मैं आपसे कहूंगा इधर आ जाइए, क्योंकि हम नहीं चाहते कि आपको भी कुछ चोट लगे, क्योंकि जमीन इस समय दरक रही है।
सरकार की तरफ से सर अभी मतलब नाम मात्र की सुविधाएं मिली हैं सर।
There you heard people over here. They are scared, and the situation over here is very dangerous.
You know, many people are saying that for the last 50 years, we knew this was coming. We were simply not prepared. Is that your view as well?
See, this is now very well known, and not now. For the last 40 plus years, this was known. Because your reporter also mentioned the Ministerial Commission report. Even before that, there were studies, even Atkins' writings mentioned this, that Joshimath is basically located on a much older landslide rubble. So the base of Joshimath town and the roads are on rubble. Number two, the area is in zone 5, the seismic zone 5. So in between, small to medium earthquakes keep happening. And every time they happen, they shake up the rubble and a little bit of shaking somewhere, settling somewhere, it keeps on going. The third, what your reporter also mentioned, which is very clear, because of this rubble base, the Mishra Commission clearly said the boulders, big boulders should not be removed, blasting should not be done, and any construction work should be very careful. But both the Char Dham highway and the Vishnugad project, the drilling under the soil, so both are going on for long, and both of these involve blasting and removing huge amount of rocks and soil and everything. So these have shaken up. And if you remember, over the last few years, there were very strong flash floods, Rishiganga, Dholiganga, and all these flash floods, what they are doing is cutting the toe. If you are cutting the toe of a slope by the fast-flowing rivers, then that whole slope is likely to come down. So all these factors together, combined with the fact that Joshimath 40, 50 years ago was a small place, today the load on the surface of the soil there must be around 50 to 60 times. So the actual sheer strength has been exceeded. I don't think the government is actually sincere. The government is saying, trying to basically fool people because by constituting more committees where everything is now known and now not now known for the last 40 plus years. They are saying they are making a committee to study this. They should have taken action. In fact, Joshimath should never have been allowed to become such a big town. The tourist spreads should have been spread out over a much longer area that would have benefited a much larger number of villagers, and the roads, the Char Dham road and the tunneling, the so-called run up the river project, Vishnugad project, Tapovan Vishnugad. So these have created this problem, and the government must own it up fully, rehabilitate the entire population, because at any point of time, this might slide down. So I'm saying again, these 5 factors which are causing this were known for the last 40 plus years. And the government refused to act, and the government's negative actions have actually created this problem.
Okay, and I think it's important to remember that what is happening in Joshimath is not reversible. So it's just going to get from bad to worse from here on. We'll leave it there for the moment. Soumya, thank you very much for joining us on this broadcast on Mirror Now to understand what exactly is going on in Joshimath right now.